Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and cinnamon sugar because I'm gonna make sure y'all. I'm not saying it for no reason. It's there. Anyway, I am about to leave work in the name. Hallelujah. Um, I actually had an amazing day today. I was the breaker for half the day. And then I had to go to my department for the last half of the day because they had somebody that was assigned to stay over in my department. Even though his department is the most hated department, I guess it was just that there was a need. So he had to go where he had to go. But anyway, yeah, I'm about to pull out and go to the car wash, and we'll go to the grocery store because, like I told y'all before, I don't plan on leaving the house at all unless it's, I'm not leaving before Wednesday. So I'm just not. But anyway, let me get this show on the road. So how y'all doing? Y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all doing. I am doing amazingly well. Some TMI. My as a spoiler, as a what is as a warning, trigger warning possibly. So those of y'all who've been around for a while, y'all know that my menstrual cycle normally does the absolute most and has done the absolute most for like my entire life, right? So since I've been doing almost always right with my alkaline stuff, this was the second time within a 30 to 40 day period that my menstrual cycle came on, and it's actually in the process of going off. It might actually be off right now. It was on the last leg of it all this morning when I came to work, but I just wanted to note that yet again, just in case y'all forgot, because I mentioned it before, when I do what I'm supposed to do alkaline wise, I don't have any pain, or I have so little pain that it's not worth even really mentioning. And this time was no different. I had one day where I kind of like, it's like I felt that it was on, but it wasn't enough to where I needed to ball up in a knot, be up under my heating pads and my little thing that I told y'all that I bought that is specific for menstrual cramps. Like I ain't have to do none of that. I didn't feel miserable. Normally it's terrible for me. It is so terrible to the point where all I want to do is try to sleep if it's at all possible. And both times it was a decent experience. The first time, in my opinion, was better only because my menstrual cycle lasted a lot less longer than it normally would. I think it stayed on 2.5, 3 days, which for me, the most that it really should be is like 3 or 4 days. So I'm glad. I don't even remember when this one came on, so I don't know. But anyway, I haven't really had any pain, so I'm very glad about that. Like I said, it's going off, so that's cool. My partner, my normal partner, he's actually directly in front of me at this light. And if I don't see him when we're looking at the schedules in the morning, I don't really see him. So it's like, oh, it is what it is though. So whatever. But anyway, we don't live that far away from one another, which is crazy. So yeah, but he cool. I am now on my way to get my car washed, as I already mentioned. What else did I want to tell y'all? Okay, y'all, so the side heifer keep on volunteering. She done volunteered. Now, y'all know she works Monday through Friday now. So she done sat up here and volunteered to be at work today, tomorrow, and Monday because she actually wasn't going to be needed on Monday. But there were people who, I guess, they were going to have to come in, and she signed up and volunteered. Y'all, I promise y'all on everything I love, if it had been me at the top of the rotation list and they did like they did for this last holiday and I would have been forced to work, that heifer wouldn't have volunteered not nothing. She wouldn't even volunteer for half of the shift. Never. But she volunteered like crazy today, tomorrow, and Monday. I'm like, girl, go somewhere and sit down. I enjoyed my time not seeing you. Had she been off like she was supposed to, I wouldn't have seen her today. I wouldn't have seen her tomorrow. And I really wouldn't have seen her no more till Friday unless she take off. Because I'm not going to be at work. Like, I'm taking off. I'm going to actually be off on the 4th. My day should be over with by 8 a.m. on July 3rd, tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. I'm not really going to do much of anything. All I'm going to really do is catch up on some TV shows and clean on and off and like little stuff like that, because my place isn't what I want it to be after the depression and all that stuff I had going on. I got into this rut, if you will. I got into this major rut where I was buying a lot of stuff, whether I needed it or not. And I just have like a lot of like boxes that I need to actually break down and take to the recycling place. And it's just pretty much more so disorganization, because it's not a situation where it's nasty and you need to worry about rodents and other animals and whatnot. Like, it's not a situation like that at all. So thankful that's not the case. Bathroom gets cleaned on the regular, washing the dishes, all that stuff. It ain't nothing like that. So yeah, it's just a matter of me getting some organization going. And I actually have things that I purchased in order to help with that, because I have so many clothes. I got clothes I got to go through that I can no longer wear, or that what are you doing? What are you doing? Girl, sir. What in the... Child, let me hurry up and get away from here, because I don't understand. Child, get your behind on. Anyway, y'all, let me get this receipt first before I start talking to you, because this is some foolishness.
Please take your receipt.
Some people just need to... Oh, child, some people just need to give it up. I think you need to let it go. I think you better let it go. Yes, my buddy here. My buddy is here today. Yes, I live for him. Yeah, this person was doing the most. So, but yeah, y'all. I enjoy my time, and I'm just going to do some cleaning and meditating. I'm gonna do something that's short of, the best way I can describe it, it's something that people do on the 1st of every month that are a part of the spiritual community, and the first Sunday of every month. Oh, I don't know why that went blurry all of a sudden, but whatever. I didn't participate in what they did on the 1st. I am going to participate tomorrow, and it's basically trying to manifest the things that you want, whether it's money or whatever. It's kind of a cleansing and all that stuff. And all you do is you wash your hands with sea salt, let your hands air dry, and if you kind of want to see if you can kind of add to it, you go behind that after that has dried, and you wash your hands with cinnamon. I use real cinnamon, which is Ceylon. I'm probably saying it all the way wrong, but the other stuff that everybody else be buying is the wrong. And arsenic, basically. It's just small dosages, of arsenic. It's not real cinnamon. I have this big bag of authentic real cinnamon. And in all honesty, and you can do something else that you can do, like at the beginning of each month, like the 1st of the month, is you can go to your front door of your building if you're in an apartment. Or if you don't want to do that, you can also, I mean, for me, I have done it only once. This particular one, which is where I take a certain amount of cinnamon and I go outside of my door and blow into my front door. And it's supposed to kind of like bring about prosperity, positive stuff. It's like positive stuff that it's supposed to bring about. My head is busted open right now because I haven't eaten. And so I'm not remembering everything exactly. Speaking of not remembering everything exactly, my mama reached out to me, but she doesn't know how to use the FaceTime feature and where she could just leave me a message. And I told her specifically to leave me a message just in case or whatever. So since she doesn't know how to do that, I ended up sending her instructions, a video instruction situation while I was at work. She hasn't done it yet. So when I get home, I might go on ahead and FaceTime her and ask her to tell me. I'm not sure if she's awake right now because I don't know, her sleeping patterns are very all over the place. She is a night owl though, so but that doesn't mean anything because of her current situation that I haven't gotten around to talking to y'all about yet. I'm trying to wait until everything has come full circle before I even speak on it. But yeah, I have no idea if she's awake right now. There are times that my daddy will FaceTime me after I've gotten off work, and my mom will be laying right next to him asleep. So, I mean, and just be talking to me. So I have no idea what's going on right now as far as if she's awake. But she is going to tell me about that grapefruit diet, the specifics, because I have forgotten. But when I did remember, there were people who wanted to know about certain things. They was like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. I was like, oh, I know something. And it works. And they tried it and they lost the weight. It just is what it is. I'm just not a fan of grapefruit juice. And after so long, I become very bored. Even though the food is delicious, I become bored with certain things like that. If it's not something that I have a taste for in that moment, or if it's just not alkaline or something like that, I can't stick with it. For me, it's gonna make me feel like, I don't know why. Like, doing that actually started making me nauseous. And I don't feel as though it had anything to do with anything not being cooked properly. Well, I know it wasn't. My mama kind of has overcooked things, like even down to certain things that are baked. Like, I actually was the first out of all of us who has made cheesecakes from scratch where it wasn't overdone. Like, the tops of her cheesecakes are brown, and I can cook them all the way through where it doesn't look like that. So, you know, it is what it is. I kind of had a teachable moment that happened for her, and she didn't, think nothing crazy about it because I'm her child, and and all of that. Like, she was here for it because the cracking of it and all that stuff. If you know about cracked cheesecakes, that's another thing. We never knew what the cause of that was, and I always wondered, and I figured it out. And then I told her. She was like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. So, But anyway, y'all, I'm just saying, I am going to get that information from her. Once I do, I'm going to upload a video and let y'all know the specifics, because the food was good to me. Like, I loved everything that I got a chance to eat. It was just a matter of the grapefruit juice. I just can't. And I guess that's supposed to be the fat burner. So, whatever. But yeah, I had a decent day at work today. The side heifer was in her department again. And like I told y'all before, earlier in this video, the last half of the day went to my department, which is directly across from hers. Before that, since I was the breaker, I did not go to her department to break her or the person that she was working with out. I never intended on doing that. I didn't go and do anything for them at all. They gonna learn today. The side heifer has this way about her. She's very particular, and because I'm me, she wants to turn everything into a hassle. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So there were things that were going on that lasted all day, and it was just so stupid because she's stupid. Since she's stupid, I'm like, okay, you dumb. We gonna let it stay like this. Sir, why are you in this passing lane going slow? Y'all, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Now everybody getting from behind me going around because he just, child, sir, you ain't had no business in this lane to begin with. My bad. So anyway, but yeah, the dude gonna text me that brings us resources. He was like, tell that ugly whatever he called her to come and get her stuff and all this other stuff. I was like, I don't associate with that creature, excuse me, person. And so he started laughing. I was trying not to do, I really said exactly the way I said it in my mind in the text message. And, you know, human, what did I say? Person. I said creature. Excuse me, I meant to put person. And so he gonna text me back to my some creature. And I told him I can't help it. Like, ever since that woman called her a pterodactyl, I cannot get it out of my mind. Y'all don't understand. If y'all saw her in person, y'all would see it too. Y'all, I feel like if y'all just saw her, you would be like, okay, I see what's going on here. Everybody call her ugly. Everybody be reading. I mean, everybody read the walk she be having. I just be like, I don't understand. I try to just treat everybody the way that I want to be treated. But when it comes to that particular aspect of work, I'm not going to help you because you don't want to be helped. Like, it's actually a part of my job when I'm the breaker to do certain things. And even when I'm not the breaker, I try to help out the other department that is closest to me. Like, if I'm not working in the most hated department, which is off somewhere not near everybody else, I try to help the other department. I'll do stuff for them. I'll go get their stuff for them. Especially if my side of the department is operational. There ain't no issues going on. I help. So, you know what I'm saying? But with her, oh no. I paced back and forth. I walked up and down my department while her stuff just sat there. And I was like, yep, that's what it is. Go continue to sit there because I ain't doing it. But yeah, outside of that, it was a great day today. Oh, so remember I told y'all that there's this guy at work who, he is someone who we were talking a whole lot. We exchanged social media and all that stuff. And like, he told me that I got him through the night those days that I was off. And so I read him because I was like, okay, so what's going on with you? Because why you acting funny? He was like, what you mean? Because this is the thing. I broke him out and I broke this other woman out who he was paired up with because his department is the most hated department. Because he is at, well, closer to the top of the rotation list than the person who was working with the side heifer, he had priority. So they needed someone in her department. They needed someone in all departments, basically. So if you are lower on the rotation list, even though you are, you know, even though your department is running, whoever has priority because they're closer to the top of the rotation list is the person, or are the persons, the people that will be able to go to their department. So I had already broke him out and his partner out, and I let them know I won't be back because they said to me that I'm gonna have to go and be over in my department the last half of the day. So old boy rolled up on me and was like, hey, what's going on? I said, what you talking about? So, you know, we just had our back and forth banter, and he was trying me again, calling the side help for my sister and all this other crap. I was like, don't do this. And I mean, I kind of understand because I have referred to her as his bae and all of that, and I'll be offended as well. But I mean, I'm just saying. So anyway, but before he left, I read him. I said, no, let me ask him right now. Because at first I was like, I'm going to let it go. I ain't going to say nothing. Like, it ain't that deep. We ain't together. We ain't dating. And I don't see him like that. Like, I have never lived for him at all. I ain't never seen it for him. I can tell he liked me. I could tell he liked me when he was working in a whole nother capacity. But I was like, nah, what we not finna do with that? Shoot, it was some older man. that was cool with him. I don't even think he worked there no more. Like, he looked like he might have been like late 40s, early 50s, but he looked good for his age. That man was a little fine. And I would have gave him the time of the day before I even said, hey, bye to this other dude. So, yeah, y'all, I'm just putting that in perspective. But, yeah, I'm not here for this dude at all. But, so I called him. I was like, why you been acting funny towards me? He was like, what? I said, why you been acting funny? He was like, who? Who I been acting funny towards? I said, me. Why have you been acting funny towards me? He was like, when did this happen? I was like, oh, yesterday. I ain't hear from you. You ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? He would sit up there and open a message that I responded to that, you know, he said something to me about something and I responded and he just opened it and that was it. And I'm like, oh, he ain't got nothing to say today? What is going on? All this talking that we was doing before, oh, you ain't got nothing to say? No. What's going on here? Don't tell me I got me a good parking spot. Got me a good parking spot. At the grocery store. At the grocery. Y'all, I used to kill somebody when I used to playfully say grocery like that. My daddy says funny stuff like that. Is that oh, okay. I thought that was a cart. My dad used to say grocery and all that stuff. So I just playfully say stuff like that sometimes. So that had somebody dying. I said battery, like the way that some people say it in certain parts of the South. My daddy says battery to be playful sometimes. And so that particular day, I said something about grocery, and then I said something about I said, okay, and sometimes I say battery as well. He was like, what? This person was dying. It was a good friend of mine. But anyway, I was like, yeah, batteries. It was like, wait, I can't. I'm talking about this person got on FaceTime to his friends. It was like, guess what this person just said to me? Told them folks that I was from Alabama. I'm like, how dare you? Telling all these people my business. But, I mean, he was telling the folks I'm from Alabama, that I say battery like this, and that I say grocery like this. And I'm silly when it comes to certain things. I'm so much like my daddy. It's kind of scary. So, yeah, my personality is a lot like my father's. And, I mean, it's usually a good thing. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, anyway, and like I'm funny sometimes without even trying to be funny. My daddy is hilarious. Oh my gosh, my grandmama was hilarious and was not even trying to be funny. She could be dead serious. It would be the most hilarious thing in the world. I get that from them. So anyway, but yeah. So anyway, work went well. I'm glad. I guess y'all could say I was being petty by not doing nothing for the side helping them today. I mean, it is what it is. Since you want to know everything or think you know everything, okay, you do that. You suffer. Y'all break yourselves out. If y'all department is going down in flames, it's gonna go down in flames today. I don't care. I knew I was wrong. It don't matter though, because like the few times that she's been the breaker, she don't never do nothing. She don't break people out. Like, it be killing me. I be like, see, this is the thing for me. I feel like everybody should learn the way I did. When I first got there, I was told, hey, we got a breaker. And if you work in these particular departments, we have a breaker. And the breaker does this. And just for these specific departments. So whenever I would work in any department that wasn't my department, I expected a breaker. Well, got a rude awakening that sometimes you ain't gonna get no breaker. Especially not on our shift. So I was like, okay, cool. It got to a point where after I stopped expecting it, even if I was working in a department that wasn't my department, I would prepare myself to just say, you know what, the person might not come, so let me go on ahead and get ready, and, you know, we break each other out. So, you know, I don't sit up there and get in my feel. Them other people, they cannot cope. A lot of those people cannot cope, and I just be like, it ain't even that deep. Like, it's like they go into panic mode, and I just be like, I could run y'all's whole department by myself. Even if, like, it seems like everything is happening all around me, I can run y'all's whole department by myself. Both of y'all can go on break right now, and I'm running your whole department. Like, and a lot of stuff do be going on sometimes, but in all honesty, they need a breaker in every department, but they not gonna do it. But whatever, I don't care. I did what I was gonna do today, which was nothing. I had a good day. Anyway, y'all, I think that's all I wanted to talk to y'all about. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I'm gonna come back later on with The Chi, because I watched it yesterday and I watched Stranger Things. I'm trying to figure out why they didn't just have that all together, because that was 2 episodes. I guess because they were like, oh, this was this long and that one was that long, and that's why. And I'm just like, y'all could have had all of that. Y'all could have had both of those last 2 episodes. I'm not sure why those last 2 episodes weren't added when they could have been added, and then we had to sit up here and wait for y'all talking about part 2. I felt like I was gonna be emotionally drained, so I was like, yeah, let me watch The Chi first. Then I'm gonna watch these last 2 episodes of Stranger Things, and then I'm gonna go from there. And I was just like, I'm not gonna do it to myself. I shouldn't have to work over today, so I'll just come back and do it today. Because I could have put it up yesterday, but I was like, nah, I'm not doing it to myself. So I'll be back later on, y'all. All right. Until then, y'all be safe, stay cool, and I will see y'all later on.